Vice President Kamala Harris insulting half of the country by claiming voter ID laws won't work in rural America because apparently people who live there aren't smart enough.
I don't think that we should underestimate what that could mean. Because in some people's mind, that means, well, you're going to have to Xerox or photocopy your ID to send it in to prove you are who you are. Well, there are a whole lot of people, especially people who live in rural communities, who don't, there's no Kinko's, there's no Office Max near them.
Just to let her know, there's no Kinko's in the rural areas because there's no Kinko's at all. They were bought out by Federal Express in 2000, something like that, and then they had their signs taken down in 2006. Score one for the Gutfeld. Anyway, Lawrence, I look at this as progress. Before, when they were making the voter ID arguments, they were just insulting black people. Yeah. Right? It was just only black people. Now it's white people. We're all stupid, according to the Democrats.
That's progress.
Before I address that point, can we just talk about Kamala Harris for a second? She is not good off the cuff.
I love
it. It is a... Why do they continue to send her to do interviews? I don't know. It's a bad strategy for the White House. She's become a liability for the message because she's not prepared ever. Even for the questions of the border, she's never prepared for the. But it's. I'm glad you point out the point that she's now insulting all people.
Yeah.
Right. I think they realize that they lost, especially with the black businesses owners. They're pissed off right now that what happened in Atlanta. The fact that their businesses won't be, and the fact that they went to Colorado.
Yeah.
And their laws are worse. I think it was a slap in the face, and so just take her off. Just take her off the trail. No more interviews. I don't think she's prepared.
Yeah, you know what? I've said this before, Jessica, in her defense. She reminds me of me when I don't want to do something. I just do the worst job possible.
Like on Fox and Friends?
Yes, like I always use the Fox and Friends. I was terrible hosting Fox and Friends. They never asked me again. It's a strategy, and I think she's doing a great job. I find her arresting. Ironically.
That's a tough backhanded one to go with. I was just going to lead with, I wouldn't obviously have not had a discussion about voter ID that revolved around Xerox machines and the proximity to getting
So you
to
agree it was bad?
I have not encountered a single person of any political denomination who defended it.
Okay.
Now, the larger discussion about voter ID that I think we're all excited to have as adults at the table, because I know that you love it when I say, can we all be adults?
Yes. I'm your ivory tower.
You know, I live in a rural community. What's an adult like?
So here's the problem. So 11% of Americans don't have valid government photo ID. Jim Clyburn is now endorsing that. Well, take it up with the Brennan Center. That's fine.
I will take it up with the Brennan Center.
Jim Clyburn, who I think, really has his finger on the pulse of where we should be going to win elections, and he ordained Joe Biden the nominee in South Carolina, and then everything was kind of gravy from there, is backing Manchin's plan, which requires photo ID, but it can be something like a utility bill. Right. And I think that if Republicans are desperate, or a phone bill, anything that you get at your home, because there are issues with people matching birth certificates to their Social Security cards, et cetera, especially for elderly voters and Black and Latino communities. So let's talk about getting somewhere with that so we can get the John Lewis for the People Act.
So if it's free IDs for everyone, does that remove the issue about voter ID? If everyone gets an ID?
I think I don't
okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I think the thing is, I think the challenge that the Democrats have is they can never actually find somebody that they could show as an example. Here's Tom Stevens. He doesn't have an. They always talk about this group, but it's not there, and it's because, Jesse, they know that it doesn't. IDs don't make it hard to vote. It makes it hard to cheat. And they're trying to make it sound like, oh, this is making it hard to vote. Then show me one person. Just show me one.
According to the Brennan Center, there are 40 million Americans that can't prove who they are. Yes. There's 40 million of you guys out there. Wow. We are going to have to really dig into that
babies?
One. Yeah. I don't know about that one,
They're
Jessica.
all in a NICU somewhere.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Also, I love what the Texas governor said. He goes, we want to make it easier to vote, harder to cheat. How could you disagree with that? Easier to vote, harder to cheat. Did you say that?
2 seconds ago.
All right, well, you plagiarized Abbott because he said it on the weekend. So all you want to do to make it harder to cheat is what? Signature requirements, deadlines, understanding the chain of custody, transparency in the count rooms. All you want to know is what's going on and who you are as you say you are. None of that conflicts with making it harder to vote. None of that.
Yeah.
So when I see Kamala Harris, you know how she gets that little shoulder thing going? She goes, it's a democracy. Like, that's a point? What is like the thing she does with her head? That's not a deep point.
It's kind of like this.
Right. Is that her signature move?
Yes.
So it's almost like, if you're going to lie to me, make it convincing. So here's the lie. Like, she actually cares about obstacles to voting in rural America. She doesn't care if someone in Wyoming has to drive 40 minutes to a Kinko's. She cares if someone in Atlanta or Philly or Detroit has to wait 5 more minutes. I'd almost appreciate it if she said, I want to make it easier to vote for everybody. I don't care if there's fraud. I don't care. There's going to be fraud, that's fine. I just want to make it easier. All we want are guardrails. And why is that so difficult? No one has been able to answer that question yet.
Dana, to Jesse's point, like the Democrat Party is always about the party of big government and solutions. Like, we can solve the pandemic. We can go door to door. We can deal with, systemic racism. We have all these big solutions. But then voter ID is like, oh, my God, we don't know what to do. Why don't we just get them free? Why can't you guys just send out IDs?
Well, I feel like voter ID is this huge hurdle for Democrats over and over again. But the polling amongst Black Americans and low-income communities is that they like voter ID.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the reasons that Congressman Clyburn is like, I can be for that.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Everyone's going to be for that, so you got to do it. Kamala Harris's team has been back-channeling for a while that they are frustrated with the assignments she's been given because they're hard. But she asked for this assignment.
Yeah.
And in Georgia, one of the things that they did, remember that law, the terrible law? You don't have to have a copy of your ID. You just have to write the ID number on the thing, so that they can match it. That's the requirement. That doesn't seem like too hard to do, and I think pretty much everyone can get a pen.
Not if there's no
Even if
Kinko's.
there's no Kinko.
Where do you get the pen?
In South Carolina, when
Where do you get the
Nikki
pen?
Haley was governor, they did voter ID. There was a big uproar. She said, fine, we'll pay for anybody. We will come and pick you up. We will take you to the place, and we will take you home. She had, I think, something like 30 people in the whole state, and then that issue went away. So it can go away. The last thing I would say is Texas Democrats today have all left the state in a huff, because they are protesting this voter bill that the Texas legislature is putting through.
Is a huff an electric
guess what
vehicle?
They're coming.
What?
They're coming to D.C.
Ugh.
Why? Because D.C. has the solutions. Rather than staying in their state and trying to work it out, they're coming to Washington and please, Kamala Harris, fix it for us.
Wait, you mean you can leave work if you're losing? You can just leave?
You can never leave. You're winning.
Never thought of that one before.
Yes.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.